end, they reckon there's 110,000 of these guys you're looking at this morning all around the top end, okay, including our islands. So that works out as one crocodile for every 2 Territorians. Okay. These crocodiles are also found throughout Southeast Asia, the Philippines, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Bali is part of Indonesia, they're found there too, Papua New Guinea. But the most populated area of them is the Northern Territory out of the whole of WA. Now these crocodiles have also been sighted and spotted as far down as Exmouth in Western Australia, all the way around to the Fraser Island coastline in Queensland, and sometimes points further south than that. Okay, so because basically all of Northern Australia has these crocodiles.
Wasn't there one
You
seen
will
in
be swimming with
Brisbane?
freshwater crocodiles at one location today, guys. Freshies are the cousins. They don't have that closing bite force. They have a very narrow snout, full of very, very razor-sharp teeth, and they live off frogs, insects even. They eat insects, little fish, little freshwater crustaceans, and the occasional little flying fox that comes down for a drink, if they're quick enough. On a good day, they'll get to about 3 metres long. They're different to these guys. They lay their eggs in the sand, and that's usually around August. And when the eggs are hatch around late August, early September, that's the only time freshwater crocodiles become aggressive. In 1994, I got bitten on my left arm by a 2.5 metre freshwater crocodile on tour in Kakadu. It was my own fault because I was showing off in front of a bunch of girls in my tour group, as you do when you're a young fella. And it slipped out of my hand and bit me on the left arm, and then that was the first night of 3 days. And then when I got back to Darwin, I had to spend 2 nights in hospital with septicemia, the big lump under the armpit, blood poisoning. It was like being bitten by a dog. Has anyone been bitten by a dog? It's like that, it's just like a dog bite. But I'll tell you what, fellas, it was bloody worth it. That's another story, so anyway. There's another crocodile, she just popped her head up behind us. So the same amount of fatalities from freshwater crocodiles in Australia basically equals the same amount of fatalities worldwide each year by unicorns. Same numbers. You'll figure that out, depending on what sort of mushroom shake you had there.
There's one there, I think. Look, there, right
There's
ahead.
well, this massive crocodile coming out of the boat. No fear of this little fella. See these guys on the right, you may stand up. So, yeah.
There he is.
So in the early days, if they heard noise, they wouldn't go near it. Now, they hear noise, they come straight to it. They're very, very inquisitive.
Little one.
Tiny one.
Baby croc, baby croc. So when they come out of the egg, they're about 1 foot long, and they can grow about 1 foot a year for the first 4 to 5 years. So this is... It's still want to bite you.
Little one.
Unfortunately, this crocodile has a 99% mortality rate. And while it's splashing around, it gives its position to other crocodiles. So if it does get eaten, well, that's just Mother Nature.
I've seen videos where
That's great footage.
I've seen videos where they get chased up.
Getting out of bed for 3:30, I tell you. Especially when they fight each other. And I do like instigating a bit of biffo on the river. Where'd you go? So it's sensory glands, yeah, and it's underwater hearing. It's obviously picked up another croc. See, it's gone away. So it's there's something bigger close by. That's what makes they're fascinating. So they can pick up. She might have picked up that crocodile,
Better than run.
but then a big male could just pop its head up. That's what they like. They're very silent, apex ambush predators.
There he is over there. He's running away. Can you see him?
I'd go with swimming away, but don't know about running.
Who runs?
So,
Okay, grab a seat because it looks like we're in for a treat. That could be Brutus up there. And if it is, to see Brutus and Dominator in the one day is awesome. You can't guarantee to see Dominator and Brutus. It's up to them. They could have eaten a pig earlier this morning or last night. Because crocs have night vision. Okay, they can see quite clearly in the dark. That's why they get red eye reflection with a torch, okay, for that reason. Also, crocodiles, when they fight each other, and bull sharks rip off limbs and all the rest of it, crocodiles are amazing, resilient creatures that they are. What they do, they're capable of stopping the bleeding to that area. They can close down a chamber in their heart, and they go up to the top of the high tide mark. Above the high tide mark is where they'll park up for about a fortnight, 2 weeks roughly, and they have a little bit of a sook, and then they self-heal. Then they come back out to the river system again. So there you go. They don't obviously grow the limb back, and they can't catch diseases either. And that's why scientists around the world do research on our crocs. So one day we might get a cure for dementia, we could get a cure for breast or prostate cancer. Anything's possible from a crocodile, being a self-healing animal that it is. One thing we'll never get a cure for, guys, and that's stupidity. Guaranteed, never get a cure for that.
You see it on Chaos Crossing, stupidity.
That's it. Now this is Brutus, so he's the big boy of the river. Brutus, they reckon's around 100 years of age. Because you know why? He's nearly run out of his teeth. That's why. So that's how we get an idea on how old the crocs are. So Dominator still having his teeth structure. We reckon he's about 70. Don't get his age fool you with crocs. You guys on the left may stand up.
Oh, Brutus.
And,
Big.
he's,
Big boy.
He's 5.8.
Do I have to sit down now because he's coming around the other side?
No, I'll get him on this side first. And then I'll try to find a little bit of a bank there. And of course that's his teeth structure, okay? He still has that closing jaw pressure. And you've got to remember, this business here shuts the end of October and doesn't open up till the middle of May. So they've got to fend for themselves. They fend for themselves quite often. We just give them an extra little treat if they're interested, because they're a wild animal, okay? And like I said, that's what the permit involves, is interfering with the wildlife. So if you're having the permit, that licensing, that's what we're allowed to do.
How do you know which one's which?
Well, because I've probably been doing it for a long time.
I mean,
I know I do take note of things.
Don't they have like different colours and stuff?
I was thinking about running the braille to it. I don't think I have that when welcome to driver. You can tell because he's missing a leg and he's got hardly any teeth, and this is his territory. But we do get other males that come into their territories, and when they fight, they fight all right. So you ready with the video, bud?
Oh, look how big he is.
So me and Brutus, that's the side where he's missing his leg. And I've known Brutus since I was a bloody teenager. Yeah. Hey Brutus, come grab a feed, bud.
Big boy.
You're not going to eat me. Yeah, you will. We're not mates on Facebook or anything. One day we will be. Ta-da! Still got on my fingers. And you just see the white scar tissue? That's where he's missing his leg. The leg there. Or arm or flipper or whatever you want to call it. Big hands there. We'll get him up a little bit over this